Here we go for the spirit of Halloween. We got a tiger cat. What do you think? What do you think, huh? I know he doesn't like it
He's
too much.
modeling. He's working it.
Yeah, here we go. Waffle the tiger. Hold on, here you go, Waffle. Wait, oh, there we go. He's not too happy. Let me put him back.
Other one better, I think. We'll see.
We got
You got to give him some treats after that.
yeah, he's the pancake though, a flying bee. He does not know what to do. Little
Yeah, they kind of
Halloween.
just like stop moving almost and then take it off.
Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right, guys, we are back. Week 9 in the NFL. I guess this is past the halfway marker. This is the halfway mark. It's flying by. I forget where we are. It's going by so fast. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know what reality or what universe I am. I'm working my ass off left and right. Adam's working left and right. We're in week 9, guys. We're happy to be back. We love doing this. So we're here to give you our picks as usual. Me and Adam did better last week than we did two. Oh no, Adam had a killer week 2 weeks ago, but we did better. We did better the last 2 weeks. Me in particular. We'll put the record down here. We're killing it. We're like really in the dead heat of each other. Our best bets really did well as well, and we'll put that our record for our best bets at the end at the end of the program when we do our best bets. So let's get started right away. This can be a faster show, guys. I got a lot of things doing in my personal life, so we're gonna go through it really quick. We're gonna give you our Thursday game. I know we're giving a little late, but we'll just do it right away. It was the Ravens versus the Dolphins, with the Ravens being favored by 7.5 points, and the over under 51.5. Adam, we talked about this because we meant to put out the video earlier. I think I could just say for the both of us, Lamar Jackson is back. Okay, Ravens are on a 3-game road. Well, the Ravens, the Lamar Jackson's back, and I also want to point out when he was healthy, the Ravens were on still a 3-game road losing streak, so they still weren't winning on the road with him. But I think him being on the team and the Dolphins' rush defense being ranked 28th, I think the writing's on the wall. I think. Do you think the Dolphins are going to have what they did last week and pull a ace out of their butts and defeat a beat up Falcons? I think that was their one win of the month, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think you're right. The Ravens are coming back strong. I think they've gotten a little healthier. Lamar is going to come back strong, and they know they need to string a lot of wins together, and it needs to start this week. So,
yes, and the Ravens are still favored. They're favored to win the AFC North. That's how crappy the AFC. Yeah,
when you look at their record, it's like what is going on here? But yeah.
Right, exactly. But the way you look at the Steelers, they're not, and the Bengals and the Browns, they're not pinning hope in anybody's hearts. But yeah, guys, all the Ravens have to do is pound the rock. Just don't take a book out of the Atlanta Falcons. They only rush B.J. Robinson 9 or 10 times when the Miami Dolphins has a 28th ranked rush defense. So I think the Ravens are gonna be like, we're not following that playbook. We're going to pound them hard, and we're going to just have Derrick Henry. So give us both the Ravens to cover the 7.5 points. And you know what? Throw in a Derrick Henry anytime touchdown and give a Lamar Jackson maybe anytime touchdown, because that's how I think it's going to go. They're going to pound him into the sand. You know what I mean? So Dolphins, they'll still be in the top 5 in draft picks next year. So don't worry about that, people. Oh, and before we get into the games for Sunday, like and subscribe, guys. It goes a long way for this small channel. We love doing this. So let's get started with our Sunday games. No games overseas, so that's fun, nice. We have the Falcons versus New England, with the New England Patriots being favored by 5.5, and the over/under is 44.5 points. Falcons are coming off a dumb, embarrassing loss, dude. I was so pissed off. Out of 40 people in the Survivor League, there was only 9 people left. I was one of those 9, and I chose the Atlanta Falcons to beat the Miami Dolphins. So now not only is my blood boiling because the Miami Dolphins, not just because I picked wrong against them in our last week, but I got cost in the Survivor League, and I lost hundreds of dollars because of that. So I'm super pissed. So you're dead to me, Atlanta Falcons. But okay, let's keep on going. Embarrassing loss to the Dolphins. Like I said, Kirk Cousins looks awful. He doesn't even look like he's ready for I don't know. He doesn't look like good enough to be a backup, dude. He looked terrible. So I don't know. What do you think, dude? Do you think Kirk Cousins has it, or he's just a waste of money?
He's been a waste of money so far. I thought he was going to be a better backup than that. I don't know if it's because he hasn't been playing much in practice or what the deal is. This was a planned start, right? So
Yeah.
they knew what they were putting out there. He is a veteran. Maybe he can bounce back with another full week of being the number one in practice. But I just didn't think he would need that. He looked rough. Yeah, Bijan Robinson only had 9 carries in that game. So I don't know what the hell they're doing. I really don't. They're one of
Yeah.
these teams that can show up and look good, but most of the time they just don't have it.
The only thing I have some silver lining for me losing that Survivor League. I wanted to tell people, and I should have put a YouTube short or TikTok about it. I said to have Tyler Algiers at anytime touchdown. You should remember that parlay I showed you. It hit for 1+ on something, and so it came well for me. But you're right. You're good at one thing, and it's one thing only, is running the ball. And when you get away from that, as they did with the Dolphins, like you're just handcuffing yourself. You're cutting both your hands off. BJ Robinson and Tyler Algier combined should have over 30 carries, or at least 30 carries. So, put it on Kirk Cousins' hands, for a guy who looked washed. To be honest with you, I mean, I don't know. So I'm not impressed. The Falcons are Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. When you think like, hey, like they're doing okay, like they actually might make a run at the playoffs, and then they lose, they get blown out. Now they're on a 2-game losing streak. So I don't know. I'm kind of feel like they're one of the pretenders in this league. I'm just gonna say it. I think the Steelers and the Cardinals are pretenders. I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. If they do, they're 1-out. But let's just well, they do have some positives. But let's get to their injury report. Michael Penix, he's still up in the air. I think he was limited practice through this, and Drake London was limited practice as well. So keep an eye out, because they looked like they did a deer in headlights when Drake London was out, and with Michael Penix, who looks better than Kirk Cousins, and Michael Penix is not that good. So it might just be Kirk Cousins and throwing to Mooney, who looked god awful. So pay attention to that. It's not all so bad. I was surprised. I didn't know this, Adam, that the Atlanta Falcons have the top number 1 pass defense in the league. So they can stop the pass. You could rush on them, but as A-Chain did, but their secondary, their pass defense is top notch. Now let's talk about the Patriots. They're killing it. Super Drake May there, Mr. Superman. They're on, I believe, a 5-game winning streak. Yeah. But you got to play your schedule, and they did beat the Bills, but just look at that schedule. They beat the Browns, the Titans, the Saints, and the Panthers, and the Raiders, and the Dolphins. Their 2 best wins are against the Bills. Now we all know the Bills defense is garbage now, and the Steelers. And the Steelers, I told you guys, is one of the fool's gold, one of the pretenders of the NFL league, because their defense is god awful. So I'm just saying, pump the brakes on they're good. I mean, I like them against the Falcons here, but when they start playing the Buccaneers, which will be their another tough test for them, and they got the Bills again and possibly the Ravens, but they have a very sweet schedule to get through. And so I'm just saying, it's not all roses, because they played some cakewalk teams. But let's get on with the Patriots. They're coming off a blowout win against the Browns. Me and Adam had both the Patriots in that one. Drake May, like I said, he's been killing it. And he's not only just dinking and dunking like you would think a young guy would be doing, just to be safe. He has completed 13 of 17 passes that travel 20 yards or more. So he is letting it fly, baby. He ain't just throwing things dinking and dunking like a quarterback that needs development. No, he is letting it fly. Kevin, I think Bote, who says his name, Booty. He's 6th-round pick, 7th pick. He is killing for him. 5 deep touchdown passes. He's a deep threat. Great pickup by them. But when it comes down to this game, I also want to mention, because the Falcons, we just mentioned how good their run game is. The Patriots are the only team in the NFL that has not let a running back of the opposing team to rush over 50 yards or more. So wow, that is unbelievable. So their rush defense. So this is what it comes down to, and I'll let you take if you want to talk a little more about this, Adam. It's the number 1 rush defense with a better offense, obviously, against the top-rated pass defense and up in their team. I'll let you take this one. I think we're both gonna, we go on this one. But who do you like, and do you think the Patriots are the real deal, even though they've had a cakewalk of a schedule?
Yeah, those are interesting matchups with each team's strength, but the Patriots have just been so consistent. They've won the games they've needed to. Drake May looks great. Their team overall is super healthy. And I don't know, the Falcons, you just don't know what you're going to get. The Falcons playing great have looked awesome, but they have looked really bad in a lot of games. So I think, what's the spread? 5.5?
5.5, yeah.
5.5. I think the Patriots cover that. I'm not worried about that. So I'm taking the Patriots.
I'm with you. Like, they're 1-2 on the road, the Falcons. As I said, the coaching to me is also a disadvantage. Mike Vrabel is not going to get away from what they do, like the Falcons got away from what they did with the running game from the Dolphins. So I think there's a coaching mishap, there's a talent mishap. Now I know there's going to be a nice task for Drake May to let the ball fly, but as always, give me the better quarterback in these situations, okay? Give me Drake May to cover 5.5 points, and I'm surprised it's 5.5, man. I really thought it was going to be at least 6.5 points. But let's go to the great land that is the Green Bay. We have the Cheeseheads. Panthers are traveling to Green Bay. The Packers being favored by 13.5. Yep, there you go. 13.5, big number. I think it's the biggest or the second biggest, and the over/under is 44.5 points. Adam, I had the Pittsburgh Steelers to cover the number, and they did not. You had the Packers. I'll just say a little bit here and let you take it away on talk about the Packers. I like what I saw when it came to what they did to the Steelers. They covered the number. In Pittsburgh, so that's impressive. The Pittsburgh defense is god awful, so I just want to make sure. But I think this was Love's best game, and probably the first full game I would say that the Packers kind of put together. You probably don't want to see their defense put up 25 points, but let the Steelers put up 25 points on them. But Parsons had the Packers have 9 sacks in 2 weeks now. Love lit it up. Kraft was looking great. Watson came back. He caught all of his balls thrown to him. It looks like. I mean, do you think the tide's turning if they're putting more complete games together since the bye, or do you think this is another? They played a team that as I think are pretenders in the Steelers.
It is weird that all the teams the Packers beat are pretenders. I don't know, but I do think the tide's turning a little bit. I don't know about this 13.5 point spread. I think we're getting back to the early hype in the season. I think the Steelers game was a bit of a tale of two halves for me. I have not been that mad during halftime in a long time at a Packers game. There were a lot of things I hated, so I did not like the obsession with trying to get a run game going. That was not happening. We ran it on second down a bunch of times, only to have a third and long and have them get pressure. We need to rely on our strengths, and the running game is not as strong as it was last year. And I think LaFleur is really hamstrung by needing a strong running game to get comfortable in his play calling. So they opened it up in the second half. Love looked great, but that first half I was getting frustrated at the stagnant offense.
Emmanuel Wilson's best game.
Yeah.
11 carries, over 60 yards, because Jacobs is only averaging 2.5, something around there.
Yeah, and that he had a lot of juice. He looked fresher than Jacobs. Jacobs is still a good back, but he's not who he was last year. He's definitely older and starting to decline. The Packers also struggled a little bit against the jumbo package with the Steelers. They were in there with the beef, and their running back is a bowling ball. And DK Metcalf's hard to deal with. So I don't think the Steelers are pretenders. I just think their defense isn't good enough to get them into that upper level. They're just a mid-level team. They
couldn't even get after Love. Love didn't get sacked once.
No, Watt is done. He's not the player he was.
Those knees.
I know. But, man, in the second half, the Packers lit it up. Getting Christian Watson back. He's making good blocks on top of good catches. He looks fresh. Packers are going to get Jaden Reed back in a couple weeks. I think Golden is only going to get better as the season goes on. So they have an extremely potent, a potential to have an extremely potent offense with how Love is playing. So I'm really excited. But with this Packer team, you have to play it week by week. Sometimes they can lay an egg.
In your opinion, before we move to the Panthers, do you think the game was closer than it looks, even though they won by 10, or do you think it should have been way out of more? It should have been way more of a blowout.
I think
you guys scored 21 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. It's tough to say. 10 points is a decent win in the NFL still. I don't think we smoked them by more than 10. I think that was pretty accurate because we did play a bad first half, but we had 2 missed kicks as well. So two field goals, you're looking at a 2 touchdown plus victory. So a lot to hang your hat on. I think Watson, because he could. That's another guy who could stretch the field. I know Dobbs could stretch the field too, but Watson was like the made burner. I mean, his first game back, he had the best yards per catch, 21 yards. Even Kraft had 20, but he still had 21, so that's pretty good. Mm-hmm.
So that is going to open the field. You're right about the running game. Like I don't know what's up there with the Jacobs. I don't know. I know he's had a lot of carries last year, but like it's kind of like out of I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's right because your line is not that bad when it's healthy. Your line is actually pretty good when it's healthy, but I don't know why that hasn't picked up.
I'm not sure either. Maybe the line just needs to solidify. They did have a lot of pieces moving around, so hopefully it gets better as the year goes on. But before we wrap on the Packers, I do just want to say Parsons is just unfreaking believable, dude. I mean, he's playing at defensive player of the year level. I don't think he'll get it because of some of the other people in the league, but he is closing out games for us, closing out drives single-handedly. The guy is unbelievable.
I mean, he had 3 sacks in that one game. Was it last? Was the Steelers or the before that?
I think it was last week.
Yeah, but so he's probably getting more healthy, and this is and he's probably now this bye week came in just a great time for you guys because now maybe he's almost there, and that'd help you guys out a lot because then you have a closer.
They're not first down or first quarter sacks, all of them. Like, they're at the biggest times. Like, he has enough that he can save in the tank for the most impactful times. It's awesome. So anyway, that's enough for the Packers.
I still think maybe one trade would do them some good to make a real run at the Super Bowl. I don't know where to. I think they're going to stick with the running backs. I think the wide receivers will be good. Somebody in the defense, maybe in the back 7.
The secondary's been a problem. So Nate Hobbs, who they picked up in the offseason, has not been playing well. Basically, he got pulled for Valentine, who played on DK Metcalf this week. Valentine is a very confident, fun player, but he's not amazing. I think he got lucky on a couple pass breakups with Metcalf. But he played all right, or played well this week. So we'll see if he can get rolling, but we could always use another corner.
Yeah. That now let's switch over to the Panthers. Their strength is not the passing, so that might be beneficial for you guys. It's the rushing. They're the 5th best. I mean, they're one of the top rushing teams, I believe, in the league. And, they have a good 1-2 punch with Rico Dowell and Chuba Hubbard. And thank God Red Rocket is not going to play this game. The way he looked against the Bills, he looked like, I think it might time to lace him up and hang him up, I should say. I think it might be time for Red Rocket to lay because he did not look competent throwing that in that game against the Bills. So Bryce Young will play this game, so that's good for everybody. I also want to point out that Bryce Young's only been sacked 11 times. His offensive line is actually been holding up pretty well in passing and rushing. And now pay attention to the injury report for both these teams, obviously, but they have a lot of offensive linemen that are questionable going into this game. But I also want to point out that they do get their starting guard back, who's been on IR. They get him back. They activated him, so that's a plus for them. They do have an actually good line. So that's going to be coming because of Michael Parsons. That's going to come into play. They've won 4 of the last 6 games, the Panthers. So they haven't been the world beaters. They beat the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Cowboys, and they beat the Falcons. But they blew out the doors off the Falcons and they put 30 on the Cowboys. So not the best wins, but hey, they won 4 out of 6. With the Packers, one thing I want to mention that So we're not just glazing the Packers here. The Packers haven't won a game by more than 10 points since week 1. So that was the first game of the season against the Lions. I think they caught the Lions on the back foot, and now look at the Lions now. They're number 1 in a lot of people's power rankings. So it was a good win regardless, but just want to keep that in mind. They have been not been covering big spreads since week 1. So with that, man, I think this is tough. Like I've been obviously I've been against the Packers the most of the time. I've taken them sometimes, especially in the beginning of the season, but and this is tough because the Carolina Panthers, you look at their opponents, the division they play in, they played a bunch of nobodies, and they play the first really good team. They get blown out by 40 to 9 when it was in their home, at their own, in Carolina. So it's very tough. But 13.5 is a lot of points.
It opened at 10.5 too, so it's moved a lot.
Yes, that means a lot of people were taking the Packers to cover that 10. You know what? It's probably gonna be another stupid decision by me, and I'm not trying to be a Packer hater, but like my thing is, look at run the ball, run it some more, keep Jordan Love off the field, and I think they could possibly keep it close enough actually. And this could be a 20 to, or it could be a 20 to 30 game. They could still win by 10 points, or it could be something like that. I know their defense is good, and the Packers are one of their better teams in the league, but it's just a lot of points. I think they're gonna kind of maybe overlook the Panthers because they got the Eagles next week. So I think it's going to be a prime time that they don't focus on the Panthers, make sneak one, and the Panthers still lose by a mile, but I think they might do a backdoor cover here, and I'm going to take the Panthers plus the 13.5.
Yeah, unfortunately, I kind of am leaning the same way. The Packers do tend to play down to their opponent a little bit and have let teams hang around and have been pulling away in the fourth quarter. So I think it's going to be a 10-point game. I like that opening spread. I think that was a lot more accurate, and I think just having a primetime game last week that they played well in is really pushing the number. So I think the smart money is to take the Panthers.
Ooh, you heard that, folks. Can't we just said this to our friend group to something? You took the Panthers. We all know the Packers are going to blow them out the water. I mean, win. Hopefully they don't blow them too much. We don't cover. But it's 13.5 points. I always say buy when the stock is low, so and sell when it's high. So give us the Panthers surprisingly plus the 13.5 points. Now let's go to the game I feel like this game is going to be a lot of people slamming helmets, knocking each other out. It's the lowest total number of points in this week. We have the Broncos versus the Texans. The Texans being favored by 1.5 and the over-under being 39.5 points. Let's start with the Broncos. They're coming off a win and a cover against the crappy Cowboys. It seems like anybody can score in the Cowboys. Everybody, it doesn't matter. We just told you the Panthers beat them. The Broncos, Bo Nix, is he accurate enough? Yeah, but they blow the brakes off him. So never mind. So good win against the Cowboys. And as always, this is the battle of the defense. I think this might be the best two defenses meeting each other this year. They're 5th overall in defense. They're 7th best against the pass, and they're 10th best against the rush, and they're 5th in holding opponents scoring against them. And they have a top 10 offense, by the way, which I was surprised by because people have been ragging on their offense, but then I go look at it and they're top 10. So they have a top 10 defense and a top 10 offense. So pump the brakes there. I still feel like Bo Nix is a little wild, but hey, their offense is not potatoes, so they're pretty good. Also big, Greenlaw's coming back from his 1-game suspension, so that's really good. And they're going to need it because the defensive player of the year from last year, he is hurt. He is going to be out. Patrick Surtain, he's definitely out this game, and they're saying he's week to week. I think he might be gone for maybe another week or possibly 3 weeks. I don't know, man. Broncos look good. I'm still not a believer that they're ready for this year to win it. But do you like you see from them? They obviously get after the quarterback because they sack everybody. But what do you think, man? Do you think they're ready for prime time already this year?
There's something about the Broncos that I just don't like. I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like every time I watch them, it just doesn't. They're not passing the eye test for me as like a dominant team, like everybody's talking about. Even the defense, I know they're getting a ton of sacks, but I'm still not seeing this just like dominant smash mouth defense. So something's just not lining up for me, and I don't think Cortland Sutton is a good enough number one for
Yeah.
this kind of team. So something's just not there. They have all the potential in the world and great coaching. The defense is good, but there's just something not lining up for me.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I am not Harvey and Dobbins, okay, not great. Sutton and Franklin, okay, not great. So Bo Nix is doing a lot for to keep this team going. So I'm with you on that one. But let's talk about the Texans here real quick. They're coming off a good win against the 49ers. Me and Adam had that one to cover that one. They're the number one overall defense. They're number one. They're fifth against the rush, and they're fourth against the pass. And they're only letting people. They have the lowest. Teams are scoring the lowest against them. They're letting teams score an average of 14.7, so barely 2 touchdowns, or barely over 2 touchdowns. I'm sorry. So, like I said, this is going to be defense to the core. Good news for them. They won that game against the 49ers without their two best wide receivers, but now Nico Collins will be back this game. He said he is, as today on Thursday. And Christian Kirk said that all the news reports I'm seeing, Christian Kirk said that he is probably going to play this game. If he doesn't, I think just having Nico Collins out there, because Patrick Surtain is going to be out, that's going to do wonders, because Nico is a beast, so that's good for them. And I also want to point out Woody Marks, the backup running back for Chubb. He's now pretty much taken over that starting for running backs, and he looks good. He's a very good passing catch running back. Sorry if you guys hear my cats. My cats they have to be by me 24/7, so he's kind of he's meowing out there outside the door if you guys hear them. But Woody Marks has taken over, 4th round pick from USC. He has more juice than Nick Chubb. He just does. So I like to see him. I think he's gonna be. I think he's a great running back to have, because when they do blitz or they do get after to get Stroud, because we know this offensive line is not so great. It's not bad in pass coverage. It's not that so good in rushing. The offensive line is not good at passing, pass blocking, but they're not that good at rush blocking. So they are doing better than last year at protecting Stroud. I just want to point out, though, it's good to have Woody Marks as a running back, because when that front seven comes after Stroud, he could dump it off to a guy who could catch the ball very well, like Marks. So I think that's a good sign right there. Man, I'll take this one. This is gonna be a heavily defensive game. I think Bo Nix. This is gonna be Bo Nix's toughest. Is his toughest test defensively wise. And I want to remind people before I get my prediction here. Why me and Adam were both just saying there's just something about the Broncos. Their schedule, it looks even easier than the previous teams we just talked about. The teams they beat are the Titans, the Bengals, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Jets, the Giants, and the Cowboys. Now look at the biggest win against the Eagles. I get it, but go back to that game. The Eagles blew it. They had in the fourth quarter. If they played that game over again, I guarantee the Eagles wiped their ass. Okay, so they beat the majority of teams they've beaten have been terrible teams, and teams they've lost. They were close games they lost. The Chargers and Colts. The Chargers and Colts. Those are teams that are making the playoffs. Now the Eagles, who are making the playoffs, they won by 4 points. Good for them. That's their best win. Everything else has been terrible wins. So with that, man, I know I'm going to roll with the Texans again. I just really am. I'm going to roll with the Texans. I think they're going to make I think Nico Collins could do a little damage here with Surtain going out. I know Greenlaw's back, but they need somebody. You need a guard. You need a good corner to get guard Nico Collins. And I think that it's going to be a close one to the nail biter, but I think that I'll give me the home team. Give me a Texans team that's rolling a bit, and a team that could get after Bo Nix. And Bo Nix is going to be losing his legs a lot. So give me the Texans to cover the 1.5.
Yeah, I think for fun, I'm going to go with the Broncos here. I think the only reason this is close is because Nico's back and Surtain is out. Otherwise, I think the offensive line for the Texans is a lot worse and is going to get handled a little bit by the Broncos. So I am focusing on that angle, and I'll take the couple points. I really would just take money line, but I guess then I'll do Broncos money line.
Yeah, money line's a sweet play here. You'll get plus 100 on that, give or take. So yeah, if you want to make some good money, that'd actually be a good way to make money with that. But now let's switch over. So yeah, Adam's taking the Broncos, and I am taking the Houston Texans. Now let's go to a game, and this is gonna be pretty easy for I think for both of us. Chargers versus the Titans. Chargers being favored by 19.5 points, and the over/under is 45.5. Look, let's pump the brakes here. Let's just make it easy. Um, Chargers are. Let's talk about the Chargers. They're coming off a blowout win against the Vikings. Like they've embarrassed the Vikings. They picked Carson Wentz to pastor. He's out for the year. But we know about that. They're getting healthy. Joe Olt's back. He played that game with the Vikings. Looked great. Khalil Mack is out. He's been healthy. I think last week or 2 weeks ago. He's back. But Joe Alt is really big. He's their blood. He's their lifeblood for that team. They have a losing record when he's out. When he's not starting. So, but what can you say about the Titans? New head coach. Their best defense guys we said last year are out. Simmons is out for the year, or he's out for this game for sure. He's gonna be out for a while. Snead, he's on the IR. Best corner, best defender, all out. Cam Ward, Lockett left. I think it looks like Calvin Ridley is not gonna be in for this game, so that's another week. So what can you say? There is nothing positive about this team. I think they traded one of their players to the Rams, I believe. I think that maybe came from the Titans, McCree. So I think if I'm right, he's gone. So what can you say? There's just nothing. They've lost. They've also lost by at least 10 points in every game since week one. Oh no, not since the Arizona game. Since the Arizona game, they have lost. Now let me do this in real time. I hope I'm just talking out of my behind here. They have lost. They've lost every game by 10 points or more besides 2 games, the first week and the game they won against the Cardinals. So all the rest of the games, they have lost by 10 points or more. So, dude, there's nothing much you can say about the Titans. I do like this rookie wide receiver they have in Dyke. He looks like he's all right. He's had 2 good couple games. Other than that, though, give me the Chargers to cover the 9.5.
I thought when you were talking about this game, you said 19 points. So that's why I smiled. I was thinking about still taking it. I think 9 is unbelievable. The Chargers played well last week. Their running game is good. Their O-line is back. My God, if they don't win by 15, I'm going to be shocked. But Chargers easy by 9.
Yeah, I'm surprised the game's not 14.5. I don't understand it. Like, I feel like this is a sucker's bet. They want everybody to take the 9.5, but don't keep it simple. So give us the Chargers to cover the 9.5 points. And now let's go to back to the AFC North. We have the Colts versus the Steelers. Indianapolis Colts being favored by 3 points, which I'm surprised it's 3 points. And the over/under is 50.5. Colts, number 1 offense in the league. The best rushing team by far. Taylor, the guy has, I think, 14 touchdowns. I think 12 of them are from rushing, I believe. That's unbelievable. He has to be at least put him in the top 10 of MVP voting. I think before yesterday, he's had 3, I think, hat trick touchdown games, 3 touchdowns. So I think they have to, I think they just have to. He has to be the MVP voting, at least top 10 people. Put him in there. I don't care if he's running back. The guy's killing it. Their defense is still bend, not break. So their secondary is god awful. It is god awful. It's in the bottom 5. So you can't pass on the Colts. Their rushing defense is good. Okay. It's good, not great. So you can't pass on. But it's all about the offense. Daniel Jones. Finding Pittman, find Alec Pierce for the long ball. Okay, finding Mitchell. They're awesome tight end, and Jermaine Taylor. The guy is unbelievable. But like I said, we're not glazing him. You can still pass on him. What do you think, man? Do you think the Colts are a Super Bowl contender? Let's start with that.
They've been so consistent, and their offense has been so good. I think it really comes down to their defense, but. I don't know. I think they're just outside the fringe of the top tier teams still until we see a couple more big wins. But they definitely could. Yeah,
like I said, their defense is something because their pass defense is ranked 29th. So it's like you could if you can't get to the quarterback, you could light them up. Hence this number at 50.5 points. Now let's talk about the Steelers. Coming off a loss to the Cheeseheads, They don't cover. You know, we said it before when we're talking about when Adam was giving us the Packer report. The thing with the Steelers is not their offense. Their offense is looking good. Now, the rush offense is still terrible. Okay. They ranked 25th. I still think you need to get a bruiser and have Jalen Warren go out for a pass catching for third downs. I still think they need to go bring somebody in or bring another weapon besides Metcalf. They need an offensive weapon still. But I'm not worried about the offense because it's their defense. Their defense is ranked 30th, and it's dead last in pass defense. Okay, they have Ramsey back there. What is he doing? Is he doing anything? Because it's awful. TJ Watt, I know he still has like 4.5, 5 sacks, but it's not. I don't know. I haven't heard like you're like that craziness about TJ Watt. Like you have to be scared of him wherever he is. I haven't been hearing that in the media or the news. So that's what I'm saying to you people. Their defense is god awful. It's the worst passing defense, and the rush defense is 18th ranked. So it's not good for whatsoever. And also it's embarrassing. You're first in your division at 4-3, but the team that's 2-5, the Ravens, they're favored to win your division. It's like, that's how much the odd makers have faith in the Steelers. So as we said, it's not the offense. Calvin Austin, Warren, DK Metcalf, and you got Rodgers playing very well for himself. So it's not that. And the two tight ends look good. It's this god-awful defense. Nobody in this defense scares you. You could light them up. So, dude, big number. I'll let you take this one. I think the Steelers are fool's gold. I know you said that you don't think they're so fool's yet, but if they're going to stay in contention and possibly beat the Ravens, they need a trade for somebody in defense. Trade some of your picks. But also besides that, dude, do you think the Steelers, who do you like, man? Just who do you like? Who do you think? Do you think they have a puncher's chance?
It's 3 points, right?
You have 3 points, yeah.
I take the Colts every day on this one. I think the Steelers gave the Packers all they had, and it just wasn't enough. And I think the Colts offense is just as good, if not better than the Packers right now. So the Colts are going to put up points, and the Steelers can't match the Colts offensively.
Yeah, the best thing about the Steelers defense is their rush defense, and it's a great team thing. I think that the Colts are gonna pound the rock so bad on the Steelers. The Steelers rush defense is go from 18th to like 28th because I think they're gonna pound the rock with Jonathan Taylor. I'm sorry, and they'll just work the play action. Daniel Jones, boom, 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 and just torch that team. So give me the Colts with Adam to cover the 3 points. Now let's go to two teams, both lost. We have the 49ers versus the Giants. 49ers being favored by 2.5 points and the over-under 48.5. 49ers are coming off a loss to the Texans. Giants are coming off an embarrassing loss to the Eagles to a point where that was the most rushing yards put on a team than the whole season in the NFL. So not too good. And also, I'm just mixing both the teams in here, Adam. Also, Scatterboo. That has to be like a kind of tear the heart out of that team's chest. I know Jackson Dart's add a jolt to this team, but losing Scatterboo, that's like losing, two wheels on a car, if you will. Jackson Dart's the front 2 wheels, and Scatterboo with those back 2 wheels. And I feel like they're off the rails now because Tracy, who's not bad, but Scatterboo gave this team, like I said, a spark. Back in the 49ers, they've lost a ton of people too. We all know that. It's all the defensive side. They're Fred Warner, their best defender. He's out for the year. They've lost Bosa, Santos, and I forget, and Huff. They're all gone. I don't know if they're all gone from the year, but they're gone for a few weeks, and some of those guys are gone for a year. They did trade for Keon White from the, I believe, the Patriots to help with their pass rush. So that's something. I think Purdy is back for this game, I believe. I have to double check that, but it's still going to run through. And Parcells looks like he's going to play this week, so it is looking like the offense is getting healthier. Jennings, he's getting healthier each inch by inch because he has broken ribs and all that, but. I don't know, man. This Giants, I think I'll let you take this one, man. But I think with the loss of Scatterboo, they have Robinson, but I don't think Tracy and Devin Singletary is going to move anybody. And they still got Brian Burns and Abdul Carter. They still got that front 7 people on defense. I know we talked about plenty of times, but their secondary is beat up. I'll take this one, man. I know it's they're going from West Coast to East Coast, and that sometimes has an effect. But I'm taking the better quarterback. I'm taking the better coaches, the better coaches. I feel like Kyle Shanahan, after this loss, can have a good scheme against this Giants. I think they could do their best to contain Jackson Darts. So I'm going to take the Frisco covering this number on the road.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the Niners have dealt with injury with their coaching. They've been playing well, and if Purdy's back, it'll revitalize that offense a little bit. The Giants, they've been kind of smoldering a little bit. I think last week with the injury, and then one of the worst referee calls I've ever seen with that tush push with the Eagles. I don't know. Something's just falling apart there that I just don't think they can overcome, and I think they lose this one to the Niners.
Yeah, I'm with you. But hey, I'm agreeing with you too. That tush push did not look good for the Eagles. Okay, like that was I don't know how the guy was still moving. I don't know how you call a whistle on that. But if you watch that, I don't know if you watched that, I think you did. Like, I'm not just saying, oh, it was both ways. No, that the whole officiating that whole game was terrible. Like, there was no good, but that was like the most egregious not call.
Well, and I think the Packers had a really bad offside one that wasn't called on them. Wasn't that the Packers?
Yeah.
It was like way off.
Yeah. So. But that was probably the nail in the coffin for the tush push.
Yeah.
So, excuse me. Now let's get back to a team. Talking about staying in the NFC North, as we were just mentioning, the Packers. The Vikings versus the Lions. With the JJ McCarthy is back this game, and the Lions are favored by 8.5, and the over/under is 48.5 points. Vikings were embarrassed by the Chargers. There's no other way to put it. Wentz is done. He's done for the year. He had shoulder surgery, so that is it addition by subtractions, as they say? But I mean, if McCarthy is the addition, he only had one good quarter. I don't know, like, to talk about throwing your McCarthy into the wolves here when playing the Lions. But McCarthy's back, guys. I said he basically has one quarter. He has all the weapons in the world. Jones is back. Mason's there. He has Jefferson. He has all the weapons in the world. Addison, we don't have to talk about that, okay? Hawkinson, he has all that. Offensive line's still a little beat up, okay? But I'm sorry, man. This is about throwing a young kid into the wolves like Spartacus. Just throw him out there in the winter and say survive. I'm not liking it, dude. What do you think about that? What do you think? You think the Vikings are doing it? I mean, what else can they do? I don't know.
Exactly. What else can they do? They have to put him out there. They got the brake speed off of them last week. They are reeling. They are gonna get absolutely demolished.
Well, let's don't put it there just yet.
I didn't. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But no, the Vikings their offense looked awful. Aaron Jones isn't adding much. They're just wasting. So, I think they have one of, if not the most expensive defenses in the league. The defense isn't stopping people. So what is all this for? Like the Vikings just thought that all they had to do was bring in a rookie quarterback and everything else. Like everybody on the defense was just going to be awesome. They were going to kill people.
Yeah, and Sam Darnold was just nothing to them. Was just like a throwaway. And look how he's doing he did good with the Vikings, and he did good with the. Now he's doing good with the Seahawks.
So they have fallen apart, and I don't know how they come back from a loss like that. Like as a team, like they're coached well, and they're gonna try and come back. But man, I don't know. The players and everybody are seeing the writing on the wall with this season. So we'll see how they deal with that. Yeah. Now it's just evaluating a rookie quarterback, and everybody knows it.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably great that they're coming off a mini bye. Maybe it gives McCarthy a little more time to plan, or the O'Connell to game plan against the Lions. Mm-hmm. Both their tackles left the game for the Chargers. Didn't come back. They did participate in practice as of Monday, so that extra mini bye does help protect them. But what are you gonna do? The Lions are humming right now, and they get one of their starting linebackers back from the IR, so they are getting better. Hutchinson just got that great deal. That safety's coming off suspension, or he already did come off suspension, so he is back. They are rolling. Gibbs is he's 7th in rushing yards. He has 9 touchdowns, 8 of them rushing. He is humming. So I'm with you, man. It's in Detroit where they play the best. It's in there, in the dome in Detroit. I don't know how this 8.5. I was thinking like 10.5, maybe even 12.5 for this game. I think the Lions win this 8.5, and I think McCarthy's going to get birthed by fire in this game.
I agree. Looks like the line opened at 9.5 and moved down to 8.5. So I don't know what people are seeing. I don't get it. I'm 100% Lions on this one.
Yeah, that is. I did not catch that. Wow, I'm thinking, what are we missing? Yeah, exactly. Let me call a bookie or somebody who does it rigged. Okay, well we got the Lions to cover this one easy. Now let's talk to a game that's not going to be so exciting. The Saints against the Rams. The Rams being favored by 14.5. The biggest number this week. The Packers are 2, and the over is under 43.5. I'm sorry. The Saints look like dog shit. Okay, they finally got rid of him, and he just fell apart the last 2 games. Spencer Rattler, I thought he had it in him to maybe be a decent starter, but maybe he'll be a decent backup now. So they're coming off a embarrassing loss, like I said, and they do make a switch at quarterback. Now this guy, I've heard this last name being called so many different names. To me, it looks like it's Tyler Sau, but it's like Soka or Sauka. Literally, I don't know if you heard this, but like there's like a C there that I don't see. Like the GH makes the C.
I don't know.
Yeah, so that guy's a new quarterback, okay? Anybody comment on there how you say it, but it's a weird name. It's like a C in there for some reason.
Oh, Shook. It's Shook, I think.
Shook. There you go. Yeah, you got it. Shook. That's it. Do you see that? Do you see Shook in that?
English is weird, man. I don't know. I've just heard, now that you say it, I do remember somebody saying that.
Yeah, Tyler Shook. I mean, it sounds better, but it does not look like. I thought. Anyways, Tyler Shook is your new starting quarterback. Didn't look too bad. Didn't look too great. He was thrown in last week. He had over 100 yards passing. Not terrible. But another team, just like we talked about putting J.J. McCarthy, you're throwing to the Wolves. You are throwing Tyler Shook now to the Wolves, to a Rams team that is coming off a bye, which they desperately needed. They coming off of a nice trade they did to bring in more cornerback help. So, I mean, dude, like if you're gonna throw Tyler in, Shook, throw him in when he's like you're not playing on the top teams in the NFC. I think this just had bad news all over it. The Saints are a bottom 5 offense as it is already. Alvin Kamara and the other backup running back, they're questionable in this game. So it's not looking too bright for them. Let's talk about the Rams. They're coming off a bye, as I said. They do get their starting right tackle back for this game. He was out for 3 weeks, so that's good. And I believe Puka Nacua is, I think the reports are saying that even though he's still questionable, I think they're all saying he's practicing, he's looking good. You are a fantasy owner. Does it look like he's coming back?
He's back, baby.
There you go. So Puka Nacua back. Right tackle to protect Matthew Stafford because he is a statue back there, folks. So it's not looking so good. Before we make a prediction, because I know it's like we're glazing the Rams here, I just want to point out the Saints haven't allowed any passing touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. So their secondary has been holding up just a bit. I'll go first with this, Adam. Who cares if their secondary has allowed 2 touchdowns the last 2 weeks? You're throwing this kid against a front 7 and Young, who has 9.5 sacks. Verser has 4.5 to 5 sacks. A team that got some secondary help, they'll rush and get after the ball. Now the Saints offensive line. Oh, I want to mention the Saints lost a great center for the rest of the year. He's gone. He is done. He's a great center. He's one of the better centers in the league, top 10 for sure. So he's out. So you lose your top center against a great, ferocious front 7 and an offense that has one of the best wide receivers back. Sorry, give me this big number. Give me the Rams to cover the 14.5.
Yeah, it's a lot of points, but I'm with you. There's that unknown of that Tyler Shook coming in. Maybe he can get hot. He is a 2nd-round pick, so he's not a total bum. But yeah, that's just so much to overcome, and the Rams are looking like a Super Bowl caliber team. So it's a lot of points, but I'm taking the Rams.
And I forgot to point out, Olavi is injured, and Rashid Shaheed looked like Moore's not going to play this game either. So the slim pickings of the Glades coming for the Saints, and you know damn well the Saints want a good pick this year. So now let's talk about 2 other crappy teams. We have the Jaguars versus the Raiders, with the Jaguars being favored by 3 points and the over-under is 44.5. Now both these teams are coming off a bye. Good thing for the Raiders. They definitely need it. They are getting Brock Bowers back. He's been cleared. He said he's fully healthy. That's good because their offense, especially Geno Smith, has looked god awful, especially the passing game. Genty, I think he's been okay, not great. But, what are you going to do when your passing offense is not so great? And you got a quarterback who's throwing so many interceptions. I think before the bye, he led the league in interceptions. So what can you do? So they get Brock Bowers, good for them. But I know, pay attention to the injury report. This injury report for both these teams, a lot of like the better guys are on this. Max Crosby's questionable with the knee, and it is not leaning towards, but it could be that he may not play this game. And he's the lifeblood of their defensive tackle, their starting safety. So their defense is pretty beat up. And with the Jaguars, Brian Thompson Jr. is questionable with the shoulder, and him and Delvin Lloyd are looking like they both might not play this game. Strange, their best tight end, who after they lost him at tight end because he's in the IR, their offense pretty went to shit. So Strange was like the glue was holding this offense together. So a lot of injury. So pay attention. So Brian Thompson Jr. might not be playing this game. He's also in trade rumors, by the way, which I'm very surprised. Like they just drafted him last year, and I don't understand. Maybe Cohen doesn't like him in his system, and he hasn't been producing like he did last year. But he is hurt. I don't know, dude. I think when it comes down to this game, I also put out though the Jaguars. I was about to do my prediction there. Sorry, I kind of paused, brain fart. Jaguars are in the bottom 8 in DVOA against tight ends. So if you're a Brock Bowers fantasy owner, that might look good for you. So maybe they get exposed by Brock Bowers and Geno Smith. Also, the Raiders' offensive line is garbage. So the Jaguars do have a chance to get after Geno, and Geno does not run the ball well. Dude, I think when it comes down to this, I'll let you take it away. I think this is actually going to come down to the battle of the coaches. They're both coming off a bye. Is Cohen the new hot coach, the new kid in town? Do you trust him to scheme up something for the Raiders, or do you trust the veteran Pete Carroll and the veteran Geno Smith to change the tide, if you will, and make a run at something, or do better than they have done before their bye week? What do you think, then?
I still like the Jaguars. They've disappointed a little bit here and there, but I've liked what I've seen from them. The injuries are an issue. Brian Thomas Jr., I don't know what the hell he's been doing. I think maybe it's like a scare tactic because he's had so many damn drops, so maybe he comes back stronger. But overall, I still think the Jaguars are a better team. So there are some unknowns, but I'm going to go with the Jags.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I was like, damn it, when you said Raiders, because I'm going to take the 3 points too. Look, the Raiders defense is top 15 against the rush. Maybe they could do great at getting after Teeny, and that will expose Lawrence, who I think is overrated, and he's not worth that first round pick. So I think, and also the Jaguars pass defense is ranked 27th. So their secondary is terrible. So I think they could do enough, and the Raiders could put enough points to either win this game outright. I actually like the money line, but I'll take plus 3 points, and give me Brock Bowers to have a good game as well. But I can't trust this Jaguars team, and especially with I don't know what they are. I just know what they're good on offense. I just don't know. Like they don't have a good they were known to turn over the ball a lot. They led at one time with turnovers. And now they're just not doing that either. So I don't know what they are. And I know the Raiders are nothing to write home about. But if you tell me I could get a team with 3 points off a bye at home, I'll take it. So talking about Adam's second favorite team, let's go to the Bears versus the Bengals. The Bears, I don't know, man. The last 2 weeks, they are looking like the Bears. I know, I don't know. Their offense, is this Caleb Williams, man? What do you think? Is he not the hot shot that he was the first 4 weeks, 5 weeks?
I think it is him. I really do. I watch these games, and this has happened so many times. I'll watch the first drive. I'll turn off red zone, watch first drive. Williams looks great, making passes, bump, they score. Then, I don't see him on red zone for 2 more quarters, and they haven't done anything. You see him miss open guys. Like, the scramble plays are great, but there's just something missing. I think he's just, maybe it's the vision. It's not an arm talent or physicality, because he's got that, but there's just something missing there, and that they looked rough.
I totally agree with you. They beat the Saints, Commanders, and Raiders and Cowboys. Nothing to write home about. They lost the Vikings, Lions, and Ravens. Lions and Ravens are gonna make the playoffs, and Vikings, they have an outside chance. I think they bleed regardless. You're right. There's something up. Like, this offense is not humming. It didn't look good against the Saints, and it didn't look good against the Ravens. Ravens defense that's beat up. Caleb Williams, 1 interception, no touchdowns. He has a relationship with Doze, whatever you say his name is. That's great, but like, their defense is nothing to write home about either. Their defense is I think last week they led the league in takeaways. I don't know if they still do lead the league in takeaways, but it's still nothing to write home about. It truly isn't. When I look at the Bears, it's like, what are they really good at? They're not really great at the pass, and they're not really good at the run. Swift had a few good weeks, but is he coming back down to earth as well with Caleb Williams? So what are they really good at? Their defense it kind of stinks too. Their defense is terrible against the rush. They're the bottom 5 against the rush. So you could run this team all day. Let's talk about the Bengals. They're coming off a loss, embarrassing loss. They let the Jets roar all the way back and win. Joe Flacco got beat up in that game, so God help us if it's Browning back there. And Hendrickson got hurt as well, their best defender. There's not much to say about the Bengals either, people here. Okay, I'm not trying to just make this quick. The Bengals, it's all offense. They have every weapon known to man. Brown, the running back's looking great. Great wide receivers, unbelievable. Is it Joe Flacco going to play this game? That's what's most important here. And their defense, their defense is nothing to write home about. It is god awful. They're 31st against the rush, and they're 21st against the pass. But both these teams, you can run on them like nobody's business. I don't know, man. What do you think? I'll let you take this one. There's nothing I really like from the Bengals. Both these teams. I mean, I like the Bengals offense more if Joe Flacco is going to play this game. He didn't practice as of Wednesday, and he's a game-time decision. Trey Hendrickson didn't practice as well. And so the two best guys on each side of the ball, for quarterback and defense, I don't know. It's just a tough one, man. I'll let you take this tough one.
Yeah, this is an ugly one. I'm reading here Flacco's a 50-50 to play. And if Hendrickson's hurt too, that's a lot to overcome. For Chicago, I do see Swift, Adunze, Moore, Komet, and Zacchaeus are all questionable.
Yeah.
Colson Loveland had a good game last week, so maybe he starts to come alive in the offense. So I think you have to go with the Bears, just with all the risks on the Bengals and where that team is at. I don't think they're not saved by Flacco. They were a terrible team before Flacco. They got some life, and without him, or even with an injured Flacco, I don't think they're good enough to beat the Bears. So Bears for me, reluctantly.
Another thing, I'm with you, but it is, this. At least there's some guys I can maybe count on in the Bears defense. There's nobody in the Bengals defense I can count on. There's nothing. And if Browning's back there, good luck, because the Bears lead the league with 11 interceptions. So that guy's a turnover machine. So if you're telling me that I could get a better Bears, some guys I could maybe trust more, maybe not the quarterback so much, Williams, but I could trust the wide receiver more, or the Montez Sweat in the defense, I'll take that any day of the week over a team that's just not good at all in defense. So give us the Bears to cover the 2.5 points. Now let's go to probably the game of the week. We have the Chiefs versus the Bills on CBS afternoon game. The Chiefs being favored by 1.5 points, and the over under 52.5. Big number. Let's talk about this real quick. The Bills have won the last 4 season games against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs have won the last 4 postseason games against the Bills. So vice versa there. So take it for what you will. Look, we know the Bills' offense is great. They need to stick to running the game, by the way, okay? What's his name? Cook had over 200 yards rushing. That needs to be the game plan to keep the Bills' defense off the field, okay, as much as possible. the Bills defense is the worst thing about them. Like I said, they have all the offense in the world, people. Cook is amazing. Kincaid's a really good tight end. I know he's questionable in this game, but I think he is going to play this game. I like to see more from their wide receivers besides Shakir. Maybe they get another weapon. I think I'd like to see that to help Shakir out. But they need to run the ball. And that's what I think they need to do against the Chiefs. But the Chiefs team is not really good, not the best against the rush defense as well. I also want to point out this about the Bills defense, which is kind of funny, Adam. The Bills defense, when running backs rush outside the lines, outside the numbers, they're very good at stopping the run. When the opposing team runs inside the numbers, they do more rushes inside. They're terrible. So it means like the running backs, like the linebackers, are not doing well reading the inside play. So that's a little fact for you. And what can we say about the Chiefs? The Bills blew out the Panthers, people. Okay, what are you gonna do? The Panthers looked ugly. They're playing against Dalton, and since the first quarter started, Dalton was terrible. He had 175 yards passing with one pick. The guy was god awful. Okay, there's not much to talk about that game. But let's talk about the Chiefs here. Anything you want to say against the Bills, man? I do think do you think they're fool's gold because of their defense, or do you think they still have a puncher's chance to make a deep run in the playoffs?
I think they're a bit of fool's gold. Against certain teams, they're going to let a lot of points get scored, and that is not. In the playoffs, you're going to play a lot of teams that can score points. So I think they have a really tough road to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm with you. That they need to go trade somebody for a weapon, and I need somebody on defense. They truly do. Let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs briefly, folks. We all know, okay, they blew the doors off the Commanders, they blew off the doors with the Raiders, and they blew the doors off the Lions. So they're humming. They have won 5 of the last 6 games. They are rolling, okay, and they should have probably won that Jaguars game, but so they're rolling. They're humming, okay. Like we said, Mahomes leader MVP right now, almost 2,100 yards passing, 17 touchdowns, and I believe he had his first 2 picks last week. They weren't his fault either. They were actually hit. Defense is looking good, but you can rush on this team. That's the thing. You can rush on this Kansas City team, and that's how the Bills are going to try to put him in a fight. Chris Jones, I'm sorry, he has taken a step back. He looks older. He does not look great. Other than that, though, also their corners are not very good against the rushes as well. Keep that in mind. Pachenko is probably out this game, so it's probably going to be Kareem Hunt and that rookie they drafted. Rashid Rice is killing it. I think he's had a touchdown every single game since he's been back. He's the number one. Kelsey still leads the league in them for receiving, but I think eventually Ray Rice will come and take over that. Dude, big battle. Chiefs are the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Do you think they are worth that? And is there anything you're concerned with the Chiefs as like a whole, as a team, even though they're humming right now?
Not that they can't overcome. I am with you that I wish their run game was a little bit better. But offensively, they're humming. Defensively, they're playing good enough. So they're really hard to beat.
Yeah. So, dude, I'll let you take this one. I took the last 2. Do you think the Bills have their number in the season? They do. They do have Cook. They have a good offensive line. Also, I want to mention the Bills are not really good to get the play action. But also, so they have this. Do you think the Bills, they have this great, they won the last 4 in-season games against the Chiefs. Do you think they do it this time against the Kansas City Chiefs in Buffalo?
Nope. I think the Chiefs win it. The Chiefs' offense is more potent than it has been in the last couple years. So I think they can pretty much go blow for blow with the Bills, and the Chiefs' defense is way better than the Bills. So that's the tiebreaker for me.
Yeah, another one I'd agree with you, man. Look at this. I know you're talking about the Chiefs' offense, but the Bills' defense haven't looked this bad in years. Like they are letting teams score on them like nobody's business. And I can't remember the last time, because they've been in the playoffs every single year. And folks, I'm not just saying that because I'm taking the Chiefs. They let the Falcons pit 24 on them. They let the Falcons, like I said, Jack, but they let the the Ravens, the Jets, the Dolphins, the Saints all put 30 points or more on top of them, okay? And they won those games, by the way. And the teams they lost to, the Patriots and the Falcons, they put up 23, 24 points on them. This defense is out of whack. It's out of sync. I think this is not the Bills' defense of old. They're linebackers. They need secondary help. The linebackers don't look good. You could rush on this team, and I think I'm going to take the Chiefs because they're just humming right now to cover the 1.5 points. And this game is going to be exciting to watch. I'm actually going to tune in, even though I don't really like the teams that much, but it's going to be a really great game.
Yeah, it's hard to watch the Chiefs. I struggle. I really struggle to watch them.
I hate. What does he do? I hate when he does this. I hate when he does this.
I can't. Everything. It's everything.
Yes.
I can make it like a quarter. I honestly, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I hate.
I know. It's like, do you worry about winning all those championships? Do you have to be cringe as well? It's like,
Yes.
and Travis Kelce's screaming at his coach. It's like, that wouldn't fly with any other coach, or if a black player did to a white coach, or AJ Brown or something. So it's like, get out of here. Let's go to, I believe, our Sunday night game, and that is the Seahawks versus the Commanders. Seahawks are coming off a bye. Big news here is that I believe the Jaden Daniels, I think he's back for this game. I'm pretty sure he is, which is great, because I'm not that Marcus Mariota is bad, but he is no Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is like Josh Allen. He does Super Bowl things, and all that. The injuries have come and bit the Commanders in the butt. The Commanders have lost 4 out of the last 5 games. They got blown out by the Chiefs. They got blown out by the Cowboys. Okay. Terry McLaurin has already been ruled out. His quad, that hamstring, they said he's so it's Debo and company. Noah Brown, I do not know if he's back yet. But even Noah Brown's back yet, I don't think it makes a difference. And they're really beat up on defense like nobody's business as well. So it's just injuries galore. And they're starting left tackle Tunson didn't practice today. Yesterday and Wednesday. So that's what we have to get to it. Yes, they are getting back Jaden Daniels, and that does add something. Okay. But them, the defense, all the injuries on defense. They just have Ertz. Ertz looked good last week. They still have that backup running back who hasn't been good the last 2 games, by the way. But they have Ertz. They do have Debo. And Debo, he still has some juice left, as we can tell. Noah Brown, Noah Brown's name isn't back yet. So, dude, I'm not liking for most of the Commanders. I think that it's just one of those seasons that and they're the oldest team. Oh, by the way. I'm gonna just jump onto Brandon Wagner's been exposed. Teams are now finding out to have him get on a cross, and last week they had him on a cross and he got burnt like nobody's business, and it's embarrassing now. It's getting okay, this guy's getting detrimental. He could read defenses, he could stop the run, but he is a big liability in the pass. And guess what? Jackson Smith, right? That guy, if he comes across the middle, he's gonna burn Wagner if that's the case. But dude, I think just one of those cases for the Commanders. They're old and they're just too beat up. I mean, right? I mean, what can they do?
I agree. And Jaden Daniels hasn't been the player that he was last year. So with him coming back, I think people are just putting way too much on him for this game, for this point spread.
Yeah, I totally agree. So let's just bring the Seahawks. The Seahawks real quick. They're coming off a bye. They're looking good. They're looking humming right now. I don't know how. I see some people that are having their top 10, top teams. I have them by top 10 teams. So They're looking good, guys. They're one of the top defenses in the league. They get after it. Sam Darnold is looking amazing. He's looking legit. 12 touchdowns, almost 1,800 yards passing. I do wish that we had Kenneth Walker the ball a little bit more, but him and but Charbonnet's looking good. But that boy Jackson Smith, Nijba, Nijba, you know I'm terrible at this.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's killing it. Over 800 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. I wish they would get some more people involved. As a Cooper Cup fantasy owner, can you please throw some balls his way? That would really help me out personally. Can you do that? But they're looking great. They're top 10 in passing. They're only letting teams score 19.4 points to get them. they needed this bye week too because they had a bunch of injuries. Um, Let me just do real quick. Sam Darnold was a full participant. Their guard Cooper Cup, like their secondary that everybody was worried about, Witherspoon, full participant. Leonard Williams is limited participant, but that was non-injury related. He was just resting. So I'm just letting you guys know that the guys that we know, they are practicing, and like DeMarcus Lawrence and Leonard Williams were just resting, so they'll be back. And they're one of the great corners is a full participant, Witherspoon. The only one you got to worry about is Julian Love, the safety. He did not practice on Wednesday. So, yeah, dude, I don't know how this number's not 3. I just said 3. I'll go. I think the Seattle are going to eventually win the NFC West. Well, I take that back. It's going to be them or the Rams. But I like their chances against the Rams. And I don't know how this number is not 6.5. So I am taking the Seahawks to cover 3 points on a very injured Commanders team.
Yep, I agree. It's an easy one for me. Seahawks been playing great. Defense and a run game is going to control the game. It should be an easy one. So.
All right, so there we go. We have the Seahawks. We're agreeing a lot here. I'm not liking it, but yeah, what are you going to do? It's just one of those weeks. A lot of mismatches this week, actually. So let's go to our last final Monday night game. Game that, I don't know. If Kyler Murray was playing, I think it'd be more interesting. We have the Cardinals versus the Cowboys versus the Cowboys being favored by 2.5 and the over under 53.5 points. A lot of points. The Cardinals. It all depends if Kyler Murray's playing, in my opinion. Not that Jacoby Brissett hasn't been bad. He's actually been pretty good. But Kyler Murray has never lost at home of the Cowboys. He's never lost a game playing in Dallas. He just plays well in that stadium. And, so I think to have him there, this plays dividends. So, I mean, what can you say about the Cardinals? They're another team that's reeling. They're coming off a bye, I believe, but they lost to the Packers. They did cover against the Packers. They played the Packers tough. Adam told you that. They played them tough. Brissett looked really well. He had over 275 yards passing. He had a great completion rate, and he had 2 touchdowns and no turnovers. So, they do get back. Oh, they did a little release Michael Carter, but I do believe they are getting back Benson for this game. No, they're not getting back. It's going to be Bam Knight, but they did release Michael Carter, so keep an eye on that. But Dermot Cardo will be probably the other running back. So, but Marvin Harrison, he's healthy. I know he's been a little beat up. Your boy McBride, he's gonna be killing it. But the Cardinals, what they hang their head on is they could get after the quarterback, Campbell, Sweat. We don't have to go over it, man. But I think the main thing is the Cardinals have been playing people tough all season long. They just have. They're in it. They've been in games, and that they've lost 5 games in a row. But the 5 games they lost by the Packers by 4, the Colts by 4, the Titans by 1, the Seahawks by 3, and the 49ers 1 by 1. So these are field goals or less, or just a little over the field goals, okay? So they're in it to win it. They've been in toughs every game, and anybody and their mother. You could put me and Adam right here. Adam could be the quarterback, and I'll be the running back, and we could put points on the goddamn Cowboys, okay? But let's talk about the Cowboys before we get on our prediction. Cowboys, we know about them. They have, if not the number 1 offense in the league, if not, it's definitely top 3. They could pass on anybody and their mother. Great pickup by picking up Javonte Williams. Looked like a steal for a running back. Maybe the steal in free agency because that guy's looking great at running back. CeeDee Lamb's back. He's a beast. Perkins, Ferguson, we know all this, okay, folks? They lost to the Broncos. Why? Because the Broncos put 44 points on them. This defense is god-awful. They're allowing teams to put almost 32 points, averaging 32 points against them, which is ranked 31st in the NFL. It is awful. You could pass, you could rush on this team, you could do damn near anything you want on this team, okay? And that's what it comes to it, okay? So, Adam, I'll let you take this one. Do you trust a team that's always in it like the Cardinals, or do you trust a overpowering offense that is the Cowboys, but a crap ass toilet bowl defense that the Cowboys have?
I think I like the Cardinals here. I wish we knew about Murray, and I also wish that they had a healthier running back room to give me some more confidence. but the Cowboys have just shown that they can get pushed around too much, and their offense isn't like unstoppable. So I like the
Yeah.
Cardinals. I think they have a good shot.
Um, damn it. I thought you took the Cowboys. Another one. Another one. I like the Cardinals too, man. Even Brissett. I think McBride, by the
He
way.
looks good.
Any player prop people out there, give me McBride over his receptions and his receiving yards in this game, okay? Because I think he's gonna light him up. I also
He's a
like
beast.
Bam. I like Bam Knight for anytime touchdown as well. Obviously, obviously I think the Cowboys defense is gonna put up, but there's some guys on this defense for the Cardinals, so it's not gonna be a walk in the park that they just score willingly against the Cardinals. The Cardinals can't get to the quarterback, so give me the Cowboys to cover with Adam the 2.5 points. Was it 2.5 points? Yeah, the 2.5 points. You got it. Oh yeah. All right, folks. So that was all of our picks for week 8. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like, goes a long way. But now we're here to give our best bets. We both had a good week last week on our best bets, and I'll put our record for our best bets down here to show you who's in the lead, as well for our overall picks against the spread. You'll see that at the beginning of the video. But let's give you our best bets for week 9. There's a lot of chalk here, but you know what? It's just one of those weeks, in my opinion. I don't know what Adam's going to pick, so maybe he's going to take him some underdogs. But Adam, I'll let you take it away, man. There's a lot of, I think there's a lot of big gap games here, but you take it away. Who do you like?
Yeah, if you've followed my best bets at all, you know I love chalk, and it's been working the last couple weeks. So the top best bet for the last, I don't know how many weeks, has been whoever's playing the Titans. -9 is, it's criminal what they're doing to the Chargers on this. I mean, I would have taken it up to 14. So
right.
Chargers -9, easy money. Another one we just talked about was the Seahawks -3 over the Commanders. I think that's an easy one. Seahawks are coming off a bye, and I think they put it to the Commanders pretty easily. Another one I have is the Patriots over the Falcons, 5.5. The Falcons are reeling, and I think the Patriots defense contains that run game.
100%.
So that one, and then for our fourth and bonus one, I think you can, to pick this number, you can just throw a dart at a dartboard and then double it. So the Lions over the Vikings. So you can make up an imaginary number, do whatever you want to do. I want the Lions at any line that you'll give me.
Yeah, man, I hear you. And I had some feelings. We're gonna pick a lot. We're gonna pick a lot of the same games, folks. We don't talk about our best bets and who'd we like. We don't know what we're gonna pick. So, but there's just a lot of chalk games here. There's a lot of things, but I do like some over unders. But I'll start with mine. The first best bet I like the over and the Bengals and Bears game. Both these defenses are not so good. And I know the Bears defense is risk. They do take a lot of risk to get turnovers. Well, hell, that just means they turn the ball over the Bengals. That means more points available to score for the Bears. So I think this goes over the 15.5. So give me the over in the Bears and Bengals game. And the second game, I like the Colts and the Steelers to go over 15.5 as well. I think this Steelers defense is 31st. I think the Colts are going to have a field day on this defense, and I think the Steelers are going to be able to put points because you can pass on this Colts defense. The Colts defense is bottom 5 in the league, so you could pass. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game as well in Pittsburgh, and I'm with Adam. I don't know how this is not 10.5, 12.5 points. The Vikings game. Give me the Lions to cover the 8.5 points because I don't know. You're McCarthy against the team that's a Lions team that's coming off a bye that's getting healthy and it's humming. I don't understand this number. I'll take it anyways. Give me the Lions to cover the 8.5. And I'm with you again, buddy. I like the Chargers to cover the 9.5 points. The Titans, they're out their best players on the defensive side of the ball and the offensive side ball. Calvin Ridley, and there's just chaos. And the Chargers, Joe Alt's back. I don't know how this is 9.5. I think it should be 2 touchdowns. So give me the Chargers to cover 9.5. So, guys, we gave you 4 best bets this week. A lot of the games we both like. I gave you some overs. Adam loves those straight plays. But, hey, hopefully mine win. His loses as usual. I'm just kidding. But, hey, guys, thank you for watching. It's week 9 in the NFL. We did this one a little more quicker than usual. But we love doing this. Like and subscribe. It goes a long way. We're getting towards the end of the seasons. I hope you like the costumes of my cats in the beginning there. I'm a cat dad, so I love I like showing them off as much as I can. But guys, like I said, we love doing this. We're doing great. We're still, both of us are above 500 in our picks. So we're going to hope it keeps it humming for you. Hope always, if you're going to play parlays, just throw a couple bucks. Oh, and always, guys, bet responsible. Like and subscribe, guys. It goes a long way. And we'll see you in week 10. And as always, we will see you in the next one.